Yeah, we can talk. Okay. We can talk!
You can talk if you want to.
You can talk if you want to.
And we're off course.
And we've already started and we are
just for clarification, there was only one person who asked, who is Janet Yellen? The rest of us knew.
It was me. It was me.
And the reason why that came up is because today is all about economic policy.
Yeah, you know what? We've been talking about space for a good long time now, and I thought just to introduce the audience to a new topic, to educate the masses, we should really just dive down into why trickle-down didn't work and how Reaganomics really impacted today's societies. So I think we should start off with that today as the conversation.
Right.
Tipsy economics.
I just want to say that to begin with, fuck Reagan and his little voodoo economics.
Wow, what a weird start to our
all right, folks, we're going to talk constellations
seasonal planetarium show, Tipsy Stars.
I don't know how that one happened.
Anyway, you're host. You gotta rein it in. You gotta start it. You gotta keep everything on pace.
You know,
right? You haven't hosted in a while.
You know that I do not rein anything in. So
you want to switch? You want me to host for you?
Well, I'm already in the middle seat. So, all right, are we ready?
Yeah, I know you don't need a countdown. You don't like that shit.
No, he's a professional.
And it makes me laugh. So.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tipsy Stars! Yay! This is our second one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we did it in season 1. So, all right, so welcome to Tipsy Stars, where we have drinks and we talk about what's up in the night sky. As always, I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
I'm Brandon.
And together we're Cosmos with Cosmos. Hey, yes.
I don't think we've ever said that before. And together.
When our powers combined.
All right. Before we get started, diving into the night sky. It's kind of in the wrong direction, isn't it? Jumping up into the night sky, taking a look at it, seeing what's up in the sky. First, let's talk about our drinks. Liz, what are you drinking?
I am drinking an Off With Her Head, which will make sense in a little bit. I feel like the drinks never make sense, and then they still maybe don't make sense.
Don't really make sense.
Yeah.
We get excited
but,
about it.
This is otherwise known as what I like to call a sinberry. It is cranberry juice and cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah. In fact, Sinfire whiskey, which is bottom shelf whiskey. But damn if it doesn't taste good.
It's good.
Especially
it's just
with
the high sugar content.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Brandon, don't know what name of yours is.
Make sure to watch Liz's face when I say this. My drink is called the Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun.
Hey ho, hey ho.
And what it is: orange juice, vodka, triple sec, and a dash of grenadine.
You know, I forgot we picked up triple sec yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgot all about
There's
that.
like a very small amount because I can't even see the grenadine.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the sugar grenadine. I just like it for the texture,
The
if you will.
effect.
The effect, yes.
Okay.
And I am having a Demon Star. There. The microphone was in the way. I'm not used to sitting in the middle seat. But it would be a Moscow Mule. So all the good fun stuff that goes in a Moscow Mule. But this has cranberry and cherry to give it that red Demon Star kind of. All right. Now before we get started, gotta do all the social stuff. So.
And what Jack's drinking.
Oh yeah. What is Jack drinking?
His drink today is a salted caramel or caramel raspberry latte.
What do you land on that, caramel versus caramel?
I don't know. I say it both ways sometimes.
Yeah.
So do I.
I think I usually say caramel. I think I mostly say caramel, but every now and then I'm like caramel.
Yeah, just throw it in there for okay.
All right. Anybody else have any?
No, but Katie went to a pumpkin patch. Jack went to a pumpkin patch yesterday.
Wow.
Everybody's pumpkin patching.
Well, yesterday I was thinking we should pick up a pumpkin.
Oh yeah, we need to get a pumpkin.
We do need to get a pumpkin, especially when...
I just realized how hard word.
Pumpkin, caramel pumpkin.
All right. We gotta get back to it.
All right, and so follow us on all the things. Twitter with Drinking Cosmos, Cosmos with Cosmos on pretty much everything else. So follow us on the Instagrams, on the Twitter. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, and be sure to like anything and everything that we do.
We're needy.
And tell all your friends.
We need the likes. We need the approval. Validation.
Yeah, we need your validation. I'm working on it in therapy, but
to go with the socials, we have rules, but a little change up to our rules this time in the terms of there won't be a visual cue for you.
Oh.
We'll just say drink or whatever. For our
You don't
rules.
have to tell them that.
Yeah, because they're used to a visual cue.
On the podcast, they used to a visual cue.
Well, this won't be on the podcast. This can only be done just live. So this is the only place it's found.
All right, so we'll say drink. Take a drink. We've closed up all the windows, not expecting any deliveries, so dogs will guarantee to bark. So if you hear a dog bark, take a drink. If we make a Lord of the Rings reference, take a drink. If we make a Star Wars reference, take a drink. If we make a Star Wars drink, again, take a drink.
Hey.
If you just feel like it, take a drink. If you don't feel like it,
don't take a drink.
take a drink. Just
I'll drink to that.
All right, so let us go ahead and get started. And there was no rehearsals to this. We're gonna. What did what's his face say? We're doing it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
All right, then let's switch over to away from our faces, but to the sky.
There we go.
We're going.
Oh, that was good timing. It was really good timing.
This transition, folks.
All right, everybody. We have to begin with the sunset, and as we always do, we set the sun in the west, and there it goes. It slits beneath the horizon. It takes its light with it, and leaves us with a few stars. We're going to stop before we get to a full, beautifully star-studded night sky. This is 1 hour after sunset, and I want to show a really bright object over there in the western part of the sky.
Do we want to point out what the directions are?
Sure, I can bring up
reference.
What are known as cardinal points. So there we go.
Points.
I like to think we saw the sunset, so we have an idea.
Not
The
everybody
sunset
knows.
typically sets in the
And
north.
I did just say setting in the west.
Yeah, not everybody knows.
You completely
I wasn't
broke the
paying
flow
attention.
down. You broke the flow.
All right.
I never went into your planetarium shows breaking the flow.
No, but you did the last time we did Tipsy Stars. You both broke my flow multiple times, so now it's just revenge.
It's what we do here.
Anyway.
All right, so over there in the western part of the sky is a really bright star-like object. It is not a star at all. In fact, it is so bright that a lot of people will mistake it as a plane, maybe coming in from the west. This time of year, since it is in the west.
The plane?
It's Superman he's changed his motto.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Superman's changed his motto. What is it?
The motto?
Yeah, it was
motto?
Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
That was his motto?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and now it's Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow. So that is new.
I feel like he could have done better.
Oh, God, they both sound a little,
Yeah.
Well, it is.
a little like, yeah.
It is DC.
Anyway.
It is DC. Anyway, and in fact, a lot of people actually mistake it for a UFO. 1/3 of all UFO sightings is actually a sighting of this object right here, and this object is the planet Venus.
Venus!
Yes, and so Venus is the second planet from the sun, and it is sometimes called Earth's sister, Earth's twin.
They look exactly alike.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the evil twin.
Yes, but it is definitely more of an evil twin or ugly sister more than anything else. So,
Oh, wow, you're calling it ugly? Straight
Right?
off the bat?
Ouch.
Wow, ooh.
well, I'll tell you why here in a moment. So you don't want to visit there. But you know what? A long time ago, we used to think it was a tropical paradise.
Yeah, a long time ago. It was the 1950s.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. So maybe in the lifetime of somebody who's maybe watching the podcast right now. It was thought of as a tropical paradise, but it is anything but a tropical paradise. It has a very thick atmosphere. Its atmosphere is 90 times thicker than the Earth's atmosphere. And that atmosphere is made of carbon dioxide. And we've talked a lot about carbon dioxide in the news in the past decades.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of it over here on this planet.
Yeah. We're just building it up. And when we build up an atmosphere with carbon dioxide, it kind of becomes a blanket. And it traps the heat. And it warms the planet. And it, it's great for life here on Earth.
Yeah.
Well, at least it used to be. Mars, it's got a very thin atmosphere, but it's kind of keeping it warm, just a little bit. Warm being a very relative term. For Venus, it is over 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
Woo!
That's hot enough to melt lead, folks.
And
you're gonna ask me to do my favorite line that I've done so many times on this show, but you could cook a large pizza in 9 seconds.
In 9 seconds.
Extreme fast food, everyone. But you're also gonna kind of like cook yourself at the same time, so kind of weigh your.
Well, you got 9 seconds. Also, the pressure though wouldn't be too great.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
very
just
heavy.
wouldn't
So
release.
you're just
That 9 seconds would not be lovely.
Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy that pizza.
You would just
so you
kind
might
of
as well
die pretty
just,
quickly.
You might as well just get some Domino's or some shit.
The atmosphere is crushing. So on Earth, you're used to about 14 pounds pushing down on your shoulders. Just the weight of the atmosphere, you don't feel it because you're used to it.
Yeah, we've evolved to withstand the conditions of the planet.
Yeah, it's 1,400 pounds of pressure.
Sure.
1,200 pounds of pressure. On Venus, you'd be crushed by that atmosphere.
It's basically the same as being a mile underneath the ocean.
Yep. So, let's go. Oh, and a sulfuric acid rain.
Sulfuric acid
nice.
Rain. Except it doesn't really hit the surface, so at least you don't have to worry about that too much.
No.
Because it
Yeah, but you're
evaporates.
also getting crushed and destroyed. So
All right, so that is Venus. Very beautiful sight to look at in the western part of the sky. But why don't we turn our attention to the north and let us also go to a couple of hours after sunset, because I want to kind of just really get our bearings as to which way we're facing. Yeah, we had that bright N right there telling us that we are facing north.
You mean that's not in the real sky?
No, we have not been able
I thought
to.
that was the Netflix logo.
Is that?
What's the E, S, and W? S would be Shutter.
Oh, sure.
So we got to come up with one for Enos.
I'm sure that.
All right, so maybe you can see a group of stars just a little bit to the left and above that N that looks like maybe a little spoon that is up there. And if you're having a hard time seeing it, let me kind of change my little iPad here.
I'm pointing to it right now.
Are you pointing to it? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
You can all see what I'm pointing at.
But it will actually be fairly noticeable in the actual night sky because we really can't see a whole lot of stars in the night sky due to light pollution. Whereas, in our digital night sky we have here, we don't have the problem with night pollution, so we got a nice swath of the Milky Way, and you can see all those background stars.
Yeah, so this is, hopefully you figured it out, this is the Big Dipper right here. And we can use it to find the North Star because there are 2 stars that will point the way. And those 2 stars are Merak and Doobie.
Doobie! Doobie-doobie-doo.
And actually, if you draw a straight line from the 2, from Merak through Doobie, you will run right into the North Star right there.
Good thing you got that star insurance.
And the North Star is the first star in the handle of the Little Dipper.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, so it's, kind of cool. You got a Big Dipper and, of course, a Little Dipper there. Let's just go ahead and put Polaris's label up there.
What are dippers? They like ladles or big
spoons,
Ladles, spoons, drinking gorge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, people around the world see different things for the stars, and different constellations that are up there.
Mm-hmm.
The Big and Little Dipper, they're not official constellations.
Oh my.
No, they are what we call asterisms, and the Big Dipper is a part of a larger constellation called Ursa Major, and of course the Little Dipper would be part of a larger constellation called Ursa Minor. You might know what Ursa means.
First of all, you said larger constellation,
Yeah.
Ursa Minor, and I'm noticing not much else to it.
Not much else to it, no. All right, so Ursa, what would that be?
A straight science fiction writer?
I mean, I know what it is, but it is Latin for an animal.
Is it Latin or Greek?
Or Greek, I don't know. It's whatever.
Tell you what, why don't we just bring up the animals?
Big, angry animal that you can find in the woods.
Rawr.
So we got a squirrel.
Yes, I do look at
And
squirrels.
we got a beaver bear looking thing up there.
They're bears, people. They're supposed to be bears. Big bear and a little bear. And I don't know who didn't go to art school to draw these, but...
Ooh, ouch. Ouch. You just made somebody sad out there.
They're way dead long. way dead long ago.
No, vampires. They live forever.
A vampire drew the
this?
sky?
Vampires drew this?
Drew the sky.
Ptolemy is a vampire. I'm so excited to learn this.
All right. So if you can find the North Star and you face the North Star, north obviously in front of you, south is behind you, east is to your right, and west is over there to your left. And so you should at least be able to find the Big Dipper. And if you can find the Big Dipper, you can find the North Star because Mirak and Doobie point right to it. And yeah, because you're not going to be able to bring up the little red letters. I mean, if you can, that is really
that's
awesome.
Amazing.
That is awesome if you can do that.
Yeah.
I want that planetarium software if you can do it.
Be a lot of drones.
Yeah. I'm sure that somebody is figuring out a way of putting like those little Starlink satellites into like a big N.
Make little messages out of them.
Yeah.
Make them like all fly together to form.
Yeah.
We can't talk about Starlink. It is satellites that should not be named in front of Brandon. All right.
It's a
dangerous
I need a
territory.
trigger warning for that one.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to turn us around so that we are facing south because I do want to show you a couple of other planets that are up in the sky. Man, that was quick. I'm really glad we're not in a real dome because
if we're in a real dome, that'd be a little rough.
Yeah. We have a couple of planets that are in the southern part of the sky. Two really big planets that are up there.
Tubes.
Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn, and Jupiter definitely the brighter of the two, and both are amazing objects to look at through a telescope. Jupiter, you can even with a small telescope, you can see the belts and zones as the dark and light bands across the planet. You can see 4 of its moons. It has something like over 80 moons, and
what is that?
I think right now it's just at 80.
Just at 80.
Saturn's at like 83.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
as long as Saturn stays in the lead,
I feel
that's
like
all I care.
I remember at least when I started in the planetarium, like one of them had like 63.
When it's 69 moons, it made me happy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that was Jupiter. When I graduated from high school, there were Jupiter had 16 moons.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I thought you were going to say 4, but then 16 is still.
When
I
I was
see a little bit more.
when I started high school, it was 4, but I was a slow learner, and so it took me a while. It took me about 400 years to graduate high school.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Okay.
I couldn't
They
tell.
discovered that many
Welcome to Tipsy Stars, folks.
Oh god.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna bring snacks since.
All right, you guys bought that for some reason.
You say things like that so like genuinely and like as if it's like not truth.
Yeah, one time I had.
And I'm gullible.
Oh yeah.
One time I had Liz convinced I was locked in the car. And I could not get out. And I was I was yelling that I
What?
could not get out.
We pulled into the garage. And this is in Phoenix, and we pull into the garage, and I get out, and I'm at the door, and then I turn around, and he's looking at me, and he starts, pulling on his seatbelt or the door, and then he starts yelling, "I can't get out!" And I was like, at first, I was
She was panicked.
I was like, he's joking, and then I was like, oh my god, is he serious? And I didn't know what to do, and then he's like screaming, "I can't get out!" And then he just casually gets on out, and I just died in laughter. He got out like nothing had happened.
Oh god.
Oh, it was great.
It was real well done.
Um,
Much like Saturn's really well done.
It is.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
At some point, I pressed for Saturn to come up. I don't remember pressing for it to come up, but here is Saturn, and to me, it is my favorite planet in the solar system. If you ever have a chance to look at it through a telescope, it's amazing. Even in small telescopes, you can see the rings. Of course, the bigger the telescope, the better. And I will never forget the first time that I saw Saturn through a good large telescope, a 16-inch telescope at the Melton Observatory in Columbia, South Carolina. And it was like somebody had put a picture
Yeah, it
of the
looks
planet.
just like this.
Yep. It's absolutely amazing. And so you can see those in the southern part of the sky at night, and also, of course, the moon is over there as well. You really won't need a marker on it.
I would hope not.
Especially now, nice gibbous moon, which means it's in between like a first quarter and heading towards a full phase. So you'll easily be able to see the moon. And if you can't see the moon tonight, it's either cloudy or you seriously need to get your eyes checked. Either one.
So it's a waxing gibbous.
It is waxing.
Waxing gibbous.
It is waxing.
Waxing.
Did I say waning?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
Waxing D, waning car. The shape of the moon, if it looks like a D, if it looks like a D, then it's waxing. But if it looks like a C, it's waning.
I always think wax on, wane off.
Oh, wax on, wane off. That's good. That's good.
All right, so, all right, then, cool. What,
Ooh.
oh, I think I went a little too far with that.
You want to turn any labels off or anything?
Sure, we can do that.
Nah.
We can do that.
This guy
you
also
want me
won't put labels up there.
You want me to turn off the labels for the stars as well?
It will.
No.
Okay. All right, so here we are. We're facing west, and I think what I would like to do now is turn this over to Brandon, because...
Oh, I see it.
You see, you got Summer Triangle.
Yeah.
Right here in the middle. You want me to run this for you?
I feel like we're about to go into Brandon's first planetarium interview right now. It's going to be great to watch.
Or you want me to do it?
No, we're good. Actually, I kind of want to play with this.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Yes, indeed.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to bring up the big giants. Oh, this is so cool. I miss these. Okay, so on the west, we have a very particular asterism out there. Again, one of them unofficial constellations. I think it's going to be this one here.
And if not,
we'll find
We'll
out.
find out.
And we'll just do it live, because that's what we're doing here.
It's
Hey,
Hey!
right.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong triangle.
So these are three particularly bright stars out in the west this evening. We have... Oh, let me get back out there, if you can see where they're at. Oh, how do we get back to the... Oh, Tipsy. It's right there. Tipsy. Click.
This is what happens when we don't give a
We've
planetarium
really
show for a long
practiced
time.
this for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Bless you.
I have been waiting to sneeze for a few minutes.
Alright, so anyway.
Edit that out.
There's no editing in this one.
We have those three stars, Vega, Deneb, and Altair, which I pushed the wrong button for. They make up the summer triangle. There it is.
Hey.
This is very noticeable. Like even a place like Phoenix, you can point out the summer triangle. So it's a great way to get your bearings. But these three stars, they have a whole host of stories behind them.
Oh yeah, so many.
So many. What's your favorite story amongst these three stars?
Well, I like the Japanese Tanabata story.
Tanabata is good.
Yes,
That's
yes.
with Orihime and Hikoboshi.
Hikoboshi, basically star-crossed lovers, if you will,
indeed.
in a sense. And I like the story of Cygnus the Swan and like saving his best friend and being a hero.
We know
dying.
very different stories about Cygnus the Swan. What's your story of Cygnus? I don't recall anyone being saved.
Yeah, he like
So do your story, and then we'll do mine.
I'm thinking of Aquila. Am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of Cygnus.
It's Cygnus.
Yeah, he jumped into a river to save his best friend, was gonna he was gonna drown, and then Zeus saw this courageous act of heroism and friendship, and decided to honor Cygnus by placing him up into the stars. For all eternity, swimming through the Milky Way River.
That's a much better one for kids.
I primarily told it for...
That is not the one I told.
Okay.
Okay. So Cygnus was really just a regular guy out there, and he happened to be really good friends with the son of Apollo, who of course dragged the sun across the sky in his chariots. Well, one day, Apollo's son and Cygnus had this grand idea of stealing Apollo's chariot and taking it for a joyride.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
I mean,
teenagers.
That's what you do, yeah. So they jump in the chariot, have a grand time, but then they lose control and crash into the river. Now, Cygnus, he's swimming on the river, and he sees this massive fireball, and he's looking for his friend. Where are you at? He can't find him. So he keeps swimming around until he finds his best friend dead.
Oh.
And in grief, he throws out his arms, becoming wings, and he stretches out his neck until he becomes long like a swan. And now he's always flying above the river, just in case his friend is still alive.
Oh, that's
Both of those are really good
They're
stories.
very similar to
Yeah, they're really close to each other.
You know, the variations of it. But that's actually kind of sweet.
I thought you were going to tell a story of like murder,
rape,
Well, there's plenty of that in the sky.
Well, yeah, I thought that's where you were going.
For the Greek, myths
God,
anyway.
yeah, the Greeks.
But I believe it is below Cygnus here. We're going to have a great little constellation here.
Aww.
A bow tie?
It kind of looks like a bow tie.
Little
Or
tie?
like that's how I draw fish.
Yeah, little fishies.
That's how I draw fish. Yeah.
But it is not. It's not like a Pisces, for example. But it is a harp.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
A lyre. Lyra the lyre.
Yes. I'm actually not sure of the story behind it. I always just say it played really good
I
music.
never told the story about Lyra. I just
No.
pointed up there and talked about how Vega was going to be the next North Star in like 12,000 years.
Hercules just broke it over his teacher's head and got put up there.
Is that what you did?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. But I like that.
Yes, and then we're going to round us off with Aquila.
Aquila.
Now, yes, that is in fact a bird carrying a naked baby.
A large-ass naked baby.
A very large naked baby. That is in fact Ganymede. I forget why that Aquila here is taking
Birds gotta eat.
Ganymede. Oh, is that what it is?
Birds gotta eat.
Oh God, what was the story? I totally knew the story, and it had something to do with wasn't Ganymede Jupiter's like the cupbearer? Oh no, he was something, and then he was like became the cupbearer to the gods, which was a very prestigious position. And so Zeus sent Aquila down to retrieve Ganymede and bring him up to Mount Olympus to become the cupbearer.
Yeah.
And so Aquila is carrying Ganymede to his new job of serving the gods for the rest of his life.
And Ganymede's like, what the fuck?
He's like, wait!
But somebody needs to change the bird into a pterodactyl, and this could just be,
that would make sense.
Jurassic Park type constellation, because that's really.
We should draw dinosaurs and constellations and have a Jurassic Park constellation night.
Oh, I like that.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
And none of us can draw.
No, Katie.
Katie. Otherwise, they're all gonna look like this in the sky.
What did you do? Oh, yeah. Pretty much, yes. That's how I draw all of those things.
So really quick, since we have our summer triangle up, there's a couple of things I'd like to point out.
Okay.
So, for example, between Deneb and I believe it was Vega, that is where the telescope, Kepler Space Telescope, was looking.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Kepler was looking for, of course, exoplanets. And before Kepler was launched, we knew about 12 exoplanets.
Oh, yeah.
And then after it was launched and did its work, we now know thousands of exoplanets.
Yeah, what's the count up now?
I want to say it's at 13,000?
Oh, that can't be confirmed. That's got to be
13,000?
a combination of confirmed and potential.
Yeah, that's not just Kepler anymore. It's Kepler and TESS and
Oh,
Earth-based
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
everything going in.
Is K2 still?
No.
No.
They went to K3 actually for a little bit. Then they had to shut it down because it got old. Cool. So Kepler died a hero's death and is still orbiting the Earth. Hooray.
Oh, he's like Cygnus. He's just flying around up
Looking
there.
for his dead buddy.
Look at...
Oh, God.
But it's okay. Tess is up there and everyone's happy.
Okay.
And then another guy, right inside of Cygnus, the very end star. It is one of my favorite stars in the sky. It is Albireo.
Albireo! I forgot about Albireo!
Yeah. And you guys look up a picture of it on Google. It is. We don't have it.
Okay.
So, because nobody told me.
I was somewhere, Minnesota.
It's fine. Google Albireo. It's
Waiting for
beautiful
boxes.
binary star
Yeah, it's
system.
a beautiful binary star. It's blue and gold star just hanging next to each other.
Yeah.
And it is honestly a gorgeous sight. Strongly recommend checking that out. All right, so those are some... the summer triangle. Now, I believe Liz has a very special story she would like to talk about. So I'm going to get these out of the way and probably look this way and hand it over to Liz.
Ooh, where are we going?
We're going to the east. And, we're facing north.
We're facing north.
I'm
So
not
if
sure
you
how
wanna go
I don't know
to
how
the
you
east?
start the story.
All right.
And
We're navigating to the eastern part of the sky
and
at
Ooh,
and we're gonna raise our altitude.
and you got one more button.
Oh,
to
I got
push.
one more button. What does that say? Okay, I got it.
Really?
All right, there we go.
I see a little smudge in the sky
Okay.
there. That looks interesting.
You
All
will
right.
get there, Brandon. No spoilers. All right.
I see a lot. Oh, I see a baseball field.
You see a baseball
I
field? You
see.
see the moon?
It's truly a field of dreams up in the sky.
In fact, a lot
See
of
bright
what I'm going to
stars.
talk about is a little bit hard to make out right now. But there is something that I do notice, even with this star field cluttered with stars that are in our galaxy, and that is a square.
See a square?
You see
So,
a square.
That's the baseball field.
I'm going to give people at home just a second to recognize, see if they can find that square. While I...
It's right there.
It's right, it's right
it?
there.
It's right there.
Right there, guys.
You see
Right
it?
there,
They're-
I see it.
Right where we're pointing.
They're pointing for you. Can't you see them pointing?
I'm pointing to it.
Well, that square, I'm going to put it up here right now, but it's going to have some extra attachments to it.
Hey, a square.
A square with antlers. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe?
All right.
A little bit?
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Your mom's gonna like this one.
my mom is going to love this one because it's not a square with antlers. This is actually Pegasus,
What?
the flying horse. Although to be fair, it's like it's just half a horse. It's the better part of the horse. So the long antler coming up on out of your right side, if you're looking at it like this, that long part there is actually the neck with its head attached to it, and then the other two lines, those are its front legs. So it's just
Galloping through the universe.
galloping through the universe up there. Pegasus, see, it's just half a horse. And Pegasus is a flying
That's your
horse.
mom's first tattoo right there. That's what
Yeah,
she's gonna
Mom,
get.
get a
Do
tattoo of
it.
Pegasus. And Pegasus is a part of a group of constellations that are all kind of hanging out in the same story together. And another constellation near there is going to be somebody who rode on Pegasus. He's a handsome guy. Check him out.
Santa Claus.
I need a hero.
GQ's top 100
Celestial beings.
Celestial beings up there. And this is none other than the hero of the story that is coming, and that is Perseus. Perseus.
You almost said
I almost
Pegasus.
said Pegasus.
Yeah.
Which really is the hero.
Okay.
You can't get distracted.
All right.
Pegasus.
I thought I heard a like peg. Like,
It was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
I 100%.
Hey, but you pulled it back.
Almost said Pegasus. So we have Perseus up there. We have Pegasus, and there is.
What's he holding?
I
guess we'll get to that.
Looks like a sword.
He's holding a sword.
Oh.
We're gonna get to that because there's one more really important character. There's a couple periphery characters that we'll talk about, but there's one more important character that is bang center in between them.
Two more characters.
There's one more important character.
There's only one.
Okay.
That is the what? Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going. I see where you're going with this. But it is our heroine, the beautiful princess Andromeda.
Which is
Isn't
exactly.
she-
All legs.
Isn't she
She's
lovely?
all legs.
I don't know. Maybe it's Maybelline. Gorgeous. But okay, now keep in mind that all the artwork that you see here, this is artwork that is used in planetarium shows that have all ages of the audience.
With potentially
in
200
them.
school children in each show.
Potentially 200 school children, including middle schoolers. So here is
And us.
our beautiful Andromeda in the flesh.
Let them hang out.
Sometimes you gotta let them out.
You gotta let them air out.
Celestial beings.
Yeah,
You
top.
gotta do it.
Yes, Vanity Fair's top most beautiful celestial beings. So we have Andromeda up there, Pegasus, our hero, Perseus, and these are all characters that are in a famous movie that we know of as
Rocky?
Clash of the Titans. That's a different Clash of the Titans. Clash of the Titans. However, the Greek story is a little bit different than the movie story.
Movie story is better though.
The movie story is better. In fact, the 1989 Clash of the Titans, that's the one you want to see. Forget the newer one, 20 whatever, whenever it came out. But 1989. 1989, 1982.
Early, it's like 80.
1982.
Yeah,
82,
89 sounds a little.
It was like 80, 81, 82.
Whatever. The 80s Clash of the Titans with claymation.
And mechanical owls.
And mechanical owls.
Yeah, with with Harry
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Hausen or something.
Yeah.
He was great at doing all the claymation, stop animation stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andromeda, she has a mother, of course. Andromeda's a princess, so her mother is, of course, a queen. And her mother's actually very easy to spot in, the eastern or more of the northern part of the sky. She'll look like a big W.
W.
A W hanging out there.
But this is I was going to say this is a better W, but I'm not so sure.
You're not so sure it's a better W?
Yeah, it'd be down in the bottom.
Okay,
right.
thank you. I was like, I don't know where she is. And it's this W right over here. Also, a beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman.
The Greeks had weird imaginations for
Just,
women, let me tell you.
Really, I guess a fine stick figure, I guess you'd say. I don't know.
They have weird imaginations for all of them.
That's true.
I mean,
Everybody
Hercules
does.
looks like a spider you've stepped on.
It's horrible.
And of course, the best is Canis Minor.
Oh, yeah,
There we
it's
go.
just a line.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny little line. So we have her mother, Queen Cassiopeia, who is a very beautiful woman. And so it reasons that then her daughter Andromeda was very beautiful as well. Now, Cassiopeia, she went around bragging that her daughter was even more beautiful than the queen of the gods, Hera.
Oh,
herself.
shit.
And Hera's in the top 5 celestial beings, so
Yes.
that's
Yes.
impressive.
Oh, shit.
And also, Hera is very vain, very jealous, and does not handle anybody saying that they're better than her.
In fact, Hera probably thinks the story's about her.
There you go.
She's the Trump of the Greek gods.
You know what? Hera gets a bad rap, but really, she's married to Zeus, and look at all the shit she's got to put up with. I mean, come on. So Hera doesn't appreciate this mortal woman, I was going to say mortal bitch, this mortal bitch,
This Daisy.
talking about how her mortal daughter is more beautiful than the queen of all the gods. So Hera's like, all right, here's the deal. Here's what's going to happen to you. Cassiopeia lady, I'm going to put you up here in the stars, but you're going to have to spend half the year upside down. So, and Cassiopeia is very vain, so this isn't going to do this is not good for her complexion.
Like if her hair gets all messed up.
No, it's horrible. You can see she looks a fright right now.
Looks a fright.
She looks a fright. Now,
Okay.
the other part of the punishment, even though Andromeda had nothing to do with this, she's just minding her own business, just sunbathing out there.
Topless.
Just being a free spirit of a princess. Well, Hera says, we're going to have to chain you to a rock, and you're going to be eaten by a sea monster.
Makes sense.
Gotta die.
You gotta die.
You
She
gotta
has to
die.
be sacrificed.
For doing nothing.
She has to be sacrificed for just, looking
Being you.
cute, basically. So,
Looking cute.
the sea monster is named Cetus. Although
Cetus.
you may be more familiar with it as the Kraken.
Which was
Release
not a
the
Greek thing.
Kraken. No, it's like Norwegian or
Yeah.
Swedish or something,
Yeah.
or something like that. But Cetus is the Greek version. Now,
Sadist.
this constellation, the sea monster is a constellation up there. However, it's not one that you're gonna find in any light polluted skies. It's a very
Yes,
dim
very dim.
constellation, but it is a large one, and you can see part
It's
of
like
it
a banana.
coming up there above the eastern horizon. So it is lower at our latitude, at least from Salt Lake City.
Well,
Utah.
yeah, 2 hours after sunset. If
yeah.
you go out 4 hours after sunset, it's higher up.
So here's the tail end of Cetus right there. It's it doesn't look threatening at all. It looks like a weird seahorse kind of thing.
Seahorse.
Seahorse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was scary in the movie
It
though.
was scary in the movie.
Oh boy.
So Cetus is coming to kill Andromeda. She's chained to a rock, helpless, a titty still hanging out. And so who gets wind of this is Perseus.
Hero destroyer.
I thought you were gonna say Hercules.
Not Hercules. Hercules isn't in this one. He gets a lot of stories. This is Perseus' claim to fame. Where Perseus also, Zeus messed around with his mortal mother, and he came out and is also a half-god, just like Hercules is. So, because Zeus likes to get around with all the mortal women. Men, deer, I don't know, what have you.
Men, deer.
I don't know. Zeus just, he does what he wants. So Perseus, he is gonna come save Andromeda. It's a beautiful woman. He's like, you know what? I could get with this chick. So he needs to find a way to slay Cetus, the sea monster. So he hears about a monster with such powers that they could turn men and monsters into stone.
Ooh.
And this monster is none other than the Gorgon Medusa.
Medusa.
Who also gets a very bad rap.
She does, yeah. She was poor Medusa. There was a lot that went on with her. Anyway, so Perseus gets to ride Pegasus. I don't remember how he got Pegasus. Do you remember how he got Pegasus?
Yeah, he killed Medusa.
No, he has to use Pegasus.
No.
fly.
All right, so he goes across
Oh my
the
God.
river. He goes across the river to get to the island. No, they had actually captured Pegasus. Pegasus was out in the field. He captured Pegasus. Go ahead.
All right, so what actually happened is that Pegasus is known as the Lord of the Horses, and so Perseus, being almost godlike himself, was able to gain the respect of this Lord of the Horses, and so he could whistle in a certain way, and then Pegasus would come trotting up to him.
Shadowfax and Gandalf. So everybody take a drink.
I was going to say, is Pegasus' name also Shadowfax?
So you have to take a drink.
Lord of the Rings reference, everyone. Alright. So, irrelevant. Anyway, Perseus...
Well done.
Perseus slays Medusa by chopping off her head.
There it is.
There it
There's
is.
a drink.
And And he carries Medusa's head while flying on Pegasus.
Like a badass.
In a bag. It is in a bag.
No, look at that. He's carrying it by her snake hair.
Well, we'll get to that.
She has hair for snakes for hair. Anyway, forgot to mention that important detail. So he's flying on Pegasus. He's got Medusa's head, and he points it at Cetus, the sea monster, turning it into stone. Rescues Andromeda, and then they run off and live happily ever after.
So why
the end?
Why is it called Clash of the Titans?
Because the movie's different, and in the movie, you have like Poseidon,
the
and
sea
like
monster,
Zeus are fighting,
the sea monster, and Medusa are Titans.
There we go.
And so that's why it's called Clash of the Titans.
I don't know. Yes, hair for snake, Katie. Hair for snake. So
that's every morning.
Your eastern part of the evening sky, at least in the early evening, because the Earth does rotate, so, by the morning, this will be on the other side of the sky in the west. But in the early evening, the eastern part of the sky are filled with these classic autumn constellations that contain the cast of Clash of the Titans, basically.
And we were in the planetarium looking forward to fall every year just so we can tell the story and take up a solid 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was like, yes, okay, I got a good chunk of my show built in here with the Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Clash of the Titans, do so. Watch the early '80s one first with Harry Hamlin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still wish I could remember it.
But also, what was that smudge in Andromeda?
Oh my gosh, the smudge in Andromeda. Thank you.
Go to DSOs.
Okay. First of all, you can't really see what I'm talking about with her taking up all the sky right here. So I'm going to get rid of Andromeda. Now, underneath where her armpit was, near Cassiopeia's head, there is a little bit of a smudge, if you can see it.
It's right there.
It's right there.
You see where they're pointing? You see where they're pointing? And this smudge is not something that you can necessarily see in your light-polluted sky with your naked eyes. In order to see it with your naked eyes, which you can, you need very dark, middle of nowhere, away from the city skies. And it's actually, you'll actually be able to see it better if you try to look at it out of the corner of your eye. It's
called averted vision.
Yeah, it'll pop a little bit better than looking at it head on.
Cones and rods, man.
Those cones and rods.
Cones and rods.
Of course, if you have a telescope or even binoculars, you'll be able to see what's more like a fuzzy cotton ball in that area.
Oh, why do you bring up cotton balls?
I know you don't like cotton balls.
I don't like cotton.
I'm sorry. The object that I'm talking about is actually an entire galaxy.
What?
An island galaxy?
Known as the Andromeda Galaxy.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's Andromeda's armpit hair.
And it's heading right towards us right now.
It is. The Andromeda Galaxy is on a collision course with our Milky Way galaxy, and they will collide in about 45 days.
Yeah. So you have a few days to really kind of
about 2 billion years. And what's actually really fantastic for any living being that could possibly be alive in these galaxies to witness this event is that over a very long period of time, how long? Billions of years, millions of years, hundreds of millions of years?
At least a couple of weeks.
Okay. The galaxies, they are essentially going to kind of collide and kind of enter orbit around each other and start stealing material from each other before they just merge.
What's that called?
Into a single galaxy.
When
And that I'm getting to it, and that you're asking your leading question a little too early. But that is known as a galactic merger. But when you have a larger galaxy collide with a smaller galaxy, that larger galaxy will essentially eat the smaller galaxy, kind of absorbing it into itself, and that is called galactic cannibalism.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And it's my favorite scientific term ever, galactic cannibalism.
Spaghettification.
It's 1 and 2.
Okay,
It's
spaghettification is 2, galactic cannibalism is number 1 for me.
And actually, the Andromeda Galaxy, if I may, is actually bigger than the full moon in our sky. It's just that
we can't see it.
Yeah, because the outer bands of the galaxy at 2.9 million light years away, it's just too dim for us to actually really be able to see that. But in our sky, it's actually larger than the full moon. And what's amazing is the Andromeda Galaxy has about 400 billion stars. Milky Way has about 200 billion. So these 600 billion stars are going to collide in a few billion years. But, I mean, these two galaxies are going to collide, and these stars are going to go all over the place. And
what's going to happen to us if we were there?
Well, I mean, we could be kicked out of our galaxy and become a rogue planet.
Hell yeah.
And rogue star and planet heading out.
But most likely what will happen
is, well, nothing.
Nothing. Most likely nothing at all.
So, of those 600 billion stars, probably only about 10 are going to run into each other.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually collide and merge and really probably become a black hole.
So we'll never get to see what it looks like when worlds collide.
Well, you'll be able to see it about 10 times, and that's it.
Bringing Power Man 5000 back into the show. I like it. So there you go. By the way, Jack calls this his royal flush show.
As he should.
I like that.
As he should.
That. Well done, Jack.
All right, we only have a few minutes left, and I would like to go to the early morning hours.
The early morning, if you choose to arise at such an hour.
Which is like 8 a.m. now.
And Jack, not friend of the pod, Jack, our little man over there who is always on guard duty, looking to protect us from anything and everything.
Here we go.
He requires us to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
We do have a question from the audience. So what happens to our sun? And again, most likely nothing. Most likely nothing will happen.
No, but what an amazing sight it would be for anybody on Earth. Like you said, watching this collision, watching the Andromeda Galaxy get bigger and bigger in our sky. And basically, like Liz alluded to, they're going to actually swing past each other, and then they will merge into black holes. At the centers of these two distinct galaxies will become one, and make an even more supermassive black hole. And we'll lose our spiral shape, and we'll become an elliptical galaxy.
It's boring.
A good example of a galactic merger currently in process is the antenna galaxies. So Google the antenna galaxies, and those are two galaxies that are in this process, and it's gorgeous. Could we gain a moon? Probably not.
Sorry, I saw that from a distance, and I saw, can we gain a moose? I got kind of excited about that possibility.
Gaining a moose. Just all of a sudden, more moose appears on the Earth. Boop.
Yeah.
Moose.
All right, so here in the final few minutes, I do want to point out a few great constellations. These are considered wintertime constellations, and at this time of year, at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, when Liz goes for a run and then meets me up for a walk, we can see them, and we're just so happy.
Overhead.
We're just so happy they're there. These are some of our most favorite pictures in the entire sky. I know this looks like a lobster.
Great
like
lobster in the sky.
Aha!
A radioactive lobster.
In the class.
With 3 little pinchers. But this is the fearless hunter, Orion.
With the sword.
That is up there with...
Or a club.
With the club, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's not what I was going for.
He is in constant battle with the big ferocious letter Y in the sky, or the big tuning fork that is up there. But this is Torstable.
I know why Orion's so courageous. He's had some Captain Morgan. He's got a little Captain in him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Captain, yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. No, I get it.
Okay.
I love how you like show. We get the punchline, and then you have to show it. It's not just what you just saw here. It is every time.
I like to. I'm a visual learner, so I gotta be visual in my explanations.
And of course, Orion is fighting this this big bull up there, and he's not doing it alone. He has 2 faithful companions.
Little Jackie.
Actually, that's Leia.
That's Leia, yeah.
That's Leia. If you
Because-
want Jack, well then this is it right here. This is just a freaking straight line.
Jack. That's really
That's
Jackie,
Jack.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
really Jack.
This is Canis Major and Canis Minor. Canis Minor being, of course, the little dog there. I have no idea what the fuck that is with Canis
It
Major.
looks like a weird a cat.
Is
Or,
it-
or like a sheep with
Cat,
a
dog,
lion's
sheep.
tail.
that's a Chernobyl
A
dog
sheep
right there.
cat.
It's a
It's
Chernobyl dog.
Chernobyl
That's
dog.
perfect. Absolutely.
That's exactly what it basically this is. Hey, let's grab a middle schooler to draw a dog, and this.
Or they just had really weird looking dogs back
Yeah,
in the
that's
1600s when this was drawn out.
But I do have to say my favorite thing about Canis Minor is that it is in fact writing.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
It's-
Okay, hold on. I gotta find
dim
it. I did not even think about
You're
this.
not going to be able to
The-
find
The small
in
puppy in the sky is in fact writing.
Ready for it?
Wait for it.
Here it is.
A
Unicorn!
unicorn! Hell yeah!
Jack would ride a unicorn.
Because
You're a magical boy.
unicorns are all over the fucking place in Greek mythology.
And you can either call it monoceros or monoceros, but there we go.
Although
Yeah.
it looks like the unicorn is attacking Orion.
Oh, that's okay.
Monoceros, yes,
Monoceros.
It's
monoceros.
monoceros.
Because
Monoceros.
mono one ceros horn.
Yes.
One horn.
So
Not-
monoceros.
yeah, but I say monoceros.
I know.
Combine it. Monoceros.
All right, right there, just a tip. That
Just
is
the tip.
that is the Orion Nebula right there. My most favorite nebula in the entire universe.
In the whole world.
The whole world. Yes, the great Orion Nebula.
It's a baby maker.
It is a baby
It's
maker.
a baby maker in Orion's baby maker.
It's a sword.
Sure, if that's what you want to call it. Sword. Maybe it's just a dagger.
Either way,
Little pocket knife.
either way, it's just a tip. Either way. All right, so that is a look at what you can see in the night sky.
There's a lot of great stuff.
Whether you're up in the evening, you can see the great Clash of the Titans story. If you happen to be up in the early morning hours, you can go out and see Orion. We're not really going to get into the story of Orion, obviously, today, because that will be the topic of our next Tipsy Stars,
Yeah.
which will be sometime in the
January-ish?
wintertime.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and please join us every couple of weeks as we do, Tipsy Stars or Cosmos with Cosmos. And in 2 weeks, we're talking about 1001 ways in which the universe is trying to kill you.
That sounds like fun.
'Cause
Yes,
It's Halloween.
yes, it is on Halloween, everybody. So,
Yeah.
so if you are joining us in 2 weeks,
Be in costume.
be in costume. We're going to be in costume. You must be in costume.
Brandon won't be here.
I will actually, I was just thinking, I'll have my company phone stream this on my drive so that way I can just listen.
Okay.
Well, you're going to need to dress up on your way home.
Driving
I'll
costume
just put-
for
I'll
12
put
hours.
Put like a Gandalf hat on.
There you go. There you go. So join us in 2 weeks as we talk about how the universe is actively trying to kill you, because it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Right now.
Yep.
Right now. Right now.
Yep, exactly. And if you don't want to wait 2 weeks to listen to us,
You
it's
can die earlier.
really and truly
Wow.
not where I was going. I was going to say you can join us in a few minutes for the hangover. And
I like that idea better.
Yeah.
so thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, science.
Science.
Bye, everybody.
It is known. God, I'm so glad we don't have to talk to him anymore.
We know you can hear us, but now
Can I talk now? What? Can't talk?
No.
Why can't I talk?
Can't talk yet.
What? Can I talk now?
No, you can't talk yet. You can't talk yet.
Okay, you gotta tell me when I can talk. I don't know when I can talk. It'd be nice.
All right, you can talk now.
Okay. Welcome to the Hangover, everybody. Welcome back. Hey.
What up?
All right. We have absolutely no game plan.
So
for
again, I
the
think we can
Hangover.
revert back to the Janet
Economics?
Yellen topic. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes, Janet Yellen, yes. Secretary of Treasury, is that what we learned she was? I didn't learn it clearly.
We're
I
actually not
wasn't-
going to talk about
Okay.
economics, but we can get super hyped up and excited
No.
about James Webb arriving at French Guinea and ready to launch in December.
So James Webb didn't
Not
get
attacked
stolen
by
by
pirates.
pirates.
It did not get stolen by pirates. So that was an actual fear, is that some enterprising pirates would capture the James Webb en route to the launch site and then hold it hostage. And because James Webb is already like billions of dollars over budget as it is, they didn't want to add more. So they actually did something really cool. They sent a lot of different decoys. So any pirates wouldn't know which ships is supposed to be which. And then, of course, they had military vessels around it.
Wow. All for a telescope.
And meanwhile, the pirates are, drinking rum.
Yeah.
And so not really worried
Yeah,
about
they're just looking at Orion thinking, man, look at that great pirate in the sky.
Hey, I do want to point out Jack's comment from the Tipsy Stars show. So if you're watching the Hangover, here you can check out the Tipsy Stars episode on YouTube. And Jack said, Orion doesn't manscape; it is fuzzy beneath his belt.
That's good. I've never heard that. That's good.
I like that. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for that.
I think that needs to be included in a planetarium show. Like at an actual planetarium.
I'll get on that.
That'd be good for like an adults night out show.
No, during a school group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sixth graders.
Sixth graders.
Middle schoolers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They'll appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
what would they know?
and as we all know, the chaperones are sleeping anyway.
Oh my God, do they
that's
sleep?
The worst. I would even in the beginning of my show in the intro, I'd be like, and chaperones, you're still on duty, so you're responsible for the behavior of your kids in here. To let them know it is not nap time.
Nope. No, it's not.
My favorite is when you had like 7th and 8th graders in there, but then you had one like 2nd grade class come in and they're giving a presentation about black holes or something like that, and it's really difficult to balance physics between 8th graders and 2nd graders. So someone's gonna hate this show.
Yeah. I always just shot for whoever was a bigger crowd was.
Yep.
And then go above their head. I mean, well, all right. So if it was predominantly 8th graders, you shoot for them, but go a little bit below them so that the 2nd graders can have a little bit of fun. But
yeah, you can jump between the two a little bit, but you try to focus. Yeah.
Jack says he gave the kids post-it notes to attach to sleeping chaperones. Yes.
Ah, glorious.
Oh, I love
glorious,
it.
Jack.
That's great. Anyway.
yeah. Oh man,
Fun
good
time.
times.
Yeah.
We really need to have planetarium. Cosmos. Jack, come on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, we just did the.
No. I mean,
No,
where we
it-
just
it's
talk
t-
about,
have those stories. Yeah.
just tell stories, and that'd be good. Jack could join us. Linda, if we could ever get her.
Planetarian life.
Yeah.
Planetarians.
Sounds like a tattoo. Is that a thug life?
Planetarian life.
Planetarian life.
Oh, that would be good. Anyway, so we did Night Sky Show. We talked about the stuff you can see up there. Is there anything else that we didn't show or talk about that's good to?
No, that was about it actually.
Let
That was all in the sky.
That was everything that was up there.
everything,
that could
all that
possibly
is.
Be
Uh-huh.
notable.
Well, we didn't like with Cygnus. We didn't get into the first black hole ever discovered was in Cygnus.
Cygnus
X1.
Cygnus
X1.
Yeah, and so.
Oh my God! You know what we didn't do?
What?
We didn't do the Mobius.
Oh, we did not do the Mobius.
Oh shit, you're right. We did the Mobius.
We can still do the Mobius.
We'll do the Mobius for the ending of the Hangover.
All right. So I mean, Cygnus X1, and then Brandon alluded to the all the exoplanets that were discovered. And Gemini has a really big neutron star in it. Jaminga, I believe.
Jaminga, that's the closest pulsar to the Earth.
Yep.
Jaminga.
Jaminga.
In Gemini.
In Gemini.
Does it annoy you when people pronounce Gemini Gemini?
No. So of course we have the Gemini missions, but everyone who has worked on the mission, a lot of them called it Gemini.
It's
And
wrong.
it
I
really
don't
annoyed
like
me.
I don't
But I got
like
used
it.
to it after hearing it for years.
I don't like it.
Jiminy
The
Cricket.
Gemini missions.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Gemini Cricket.
So, yeah. So I think we touched on a lot of stuff, but I mean, there's just so much to the universe.
There is a lot to the universe,
Yeah, there's a couple
And
things.
so-
It's like it's a whole universe out there.
It is, and there's a lot to the sky, and we could have pointed out, some of the spiral galaxies that are in and around Ursa Major, and then
We missed some nebulae as well.
yeah, Hercules, I believe, is still somewhat up.
Some
Hercules.
globular clusters.
Yeah, so M13. So we could do Tipsy Stars every day for like 2 weeks and still not get
Every day,
everything.
every day.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. And so there's always so much to it.
Okay.
Anything that you wanted to point out that we did? I mean, I did send out a text to everybody going, "Hey, what do you want to talk about?"
No,
He did.
I was just
You were on
adding-
assignment, but
I was just using that as just a segue into if there was anything we would just wanted to, just a path of topic to go into, to talk about right now. But that's all right.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
all
then,
I was doing.
any one of those you want to talk about?
What was your favorite thing to talk about in the planetarium? Like doing the night sky show. Like that this is on your list today, or somebody asked a question, you get excited about it, and you're ready to go.
Black holes,
Black holes, yeah.
exoplanets.
I mean, it depends on the, season.
Especially when
And
the exoplanets were just being
Oh,
coming down the pike,
Absolutely.
being discovered, and
And then we can bring up the graphic that pointed out all the exoplanets in the sky, and it just littered the sky with lights, and people were just like, "Holy shitballs!"
yeah,
Yes.
and that's exactly what they said too. I
Yeah,
mean,
holy
it was
shitballs.
verbatim.
and verbatim, and it was in unison, and it was just a chorus of, and even the babies said it. The babies were even.
shitballs! That's my baby
Oh, wow.
cursing.
Very good.
My mom is correct, though, that the Greeks had a weird imagination to put all their myths in the sky.
What's the
It's not even all of their myths, but
Yeah,
a good
and-
chunk of them. But I mean,
You
but
know
it's
what?
not just the
They
Greeks.
were aided by wine. Wine aided a
Thank
lot
you,
of that.
Bob.
I mean,
Bacchus.
they did Dionysus.
Yeah, you won't drink water. You drink wine at night.
Yeah.
You go out, look at the sky, and all of a sudden Hercules.
I mean, you don't have Netflix. You don't have what else you could do.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
Entertain
original.
yourself.
Constellations and chill.
It was the
Yeah.
original TV.
Yeah.
It was the original TV movie theater,
Yeah.
right? You go out, and you
Pretty
look up
much.
the night sky, you
The-
draw your little pictures up there, and you tell
Your
stories.
present world was your original TV.
Yeah, and sure, we're talking about the Greeks, but everybody,
Oh yeah.
every society, every culture had their own.
Oh yeah,
Pictures.
everybody. There's so many, but we
Chinese.
just go with the Greek. I mean, the Southern Hemisphere has hardly any Greek constellations because the Greeks weren't in the Southern Hemisphere to make up
What?
pictures in the sky down there.
But if the Earth is flat, they should have the same skies.
Oh.
And you can actually, if you look at the 88 official constellations, you can actually tell where the Greeks
Oh, yeah.
stopped because it is like all this classical Greek.
Andromeda, Pegasus, Cetus,
And
Telescope.
Hercules, Telescopium, Microscopium,
Triangulum? Okay.
Triangulum.
Yeah. And these are the constellations where the European explorers
Then had to make up their own shit.
They made up their own
And science was
shit.
getting big, and so they're like, "Hey, let's
Yep.
name shit after scientific
If you
things."
could add one constellation, what would that be? Like what
Oh,
would you
it'd be a
want in the sky?
pterodactyl taking a
Oh,
kid.
oh,
I
there
mean,
it is.
obviously
Just
that
all
needs to change
dinosaurs.
Either
right
way,
now.
dinosaurs.
That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that needs to change
Pterodactyl.
right now.
Abducting a
I
small
put some
child.
vampires up there for sure, especially in, like in autumn, the autumn sky.
Mhm.
Definitely some the vampire constellations.
Maybe we can commission an artist who might be a friend of the podcast that maybe we can draw some pictures for us.
88 of them, please.
You know Katie hates us, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because, yeah.
Jack says there were a lot of misfires on the way to develop wine absinthe Mark 1. I've never had absinthe, and I didn't know it was a.
Well, when I go out of town, I'm going to pick some up then.
Okay.
And we'll have Sazeracs, which is one of my favorite drinks.
Do we not
Well-
have absinthe here?
You can. I saw it at the store yesterday when we were restocking.
50 years, get on it then.
Katie says 88 will take her about 50 years.
We'll take a few, just to start. Yeah, no, we got. I don't know if it's like official, but yeah, we have it here. But I mean, if you can get,
I mean, it's cheaper elsewhere.
I'm taking a suitcase when I go home for reasons.
That's right.
yeah, the thing is though, you gotta be careful coming back into the state. Is that for Utah? It is actually illegal to bring alcohol into the state. He's not gonna get pulled over, but it's illegal to bring.
So I'll just have a layer of like Bibles on top of it.
Books of Mormon.
Books of Mormon.
Whatever it's
books.
called.
The
Mormon books.
Yeah.
Is it
the
Book of Mormon?
Church of Latter-day Saints.
Okay.
Book of Mormon.
So go get like 50, and just that's your top layer, and the beneath it is just all kinds of alcohol.
Just sinful material.
Yeah. So vodka, rum, is anything. So cool. Anything else anybody want to talk about? What do you guys out in the chatverse want to talk about?
The chatverse.
Yeah. So yeah, I really think, I mean, the universe has changed a lot. I mean, I joked about Jupiter having 16 moons. That was actually correct. It did have about 16 moons when I graduated high school. But the universe is constantly changing. And when I graduated high school, there were actually no exoplanets that we knew of.
So
cool. Wow.
But when I was in college, they discovered the first exoplanets.
Yeah, it's in the 80s,
around,
right?
Yeah, around a pulsar, which really was like everybody said, "What the fuck? That shouldn't be happening." And tires. And so yeah, I mean, the universe. Like you said, there's thousands of exoplanets that are out there.
Yeah, just in 1998, we discovered that the expansion was accelerating.
Yeah.
That was a huge deal.
That was a huge
deal. And that was
deal.
just in the lifetimes.
As of October 1st, 2021, there are 4,843 confirmed exoplanets in 3,579 planetary systems, with 797 systems having more than one planet.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also love that as we're discovering more and more exoplanets and planetary systems, that we're finding out that our solar system is pretty goddamn unique in terms of its layout and where the planets are at and things like that. A lot of hot Jupiters, gas giants super close to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as ours, like terrestrial planets in and gas giants
But
out,
also
there's not many of them.
Our terrestrial planets,
Right.
it's harder to spot those and observe those and
Yeah.
get that data point that
Uh-huh.
you need to confirm their presence. So
And
it makes more sense we would be able to see those hot Jupiters and whatnot
Right,
more
but
prevalent.
But the fact that there were hot Jupiters like that, I'm not sure if people could have thought about that beforehand. Because Jupiter's way out of the solar system, the big and heavy things.
now, when
I
we
think
say
that's one
unique,
further
though,
remove.
but when we say
Oh,
unique,
yeah.
we're not the only one.
No.
So that don't take unique as
We're just harder to spot
yeah.
ourselves. Things like ourselves.
It's time to know
James Webb will
yourself.
help that though.
Oh, fucking James Webb.
James Webb will definitely help with that. But
Like Katie says, Hot Jupiters is her new band name.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That's nice.
yeah, but no, those are definitely easier to spot because when you're looking for hot Jupiters, what you're doing is you're not necessarily looking for the planet itself.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for its gravitational tug on the star, and so you'll see the star move against the background stars. It'll wobble, and and hot Jupiters are Jupiter-sized planets very close to the star, so they're very, very hot.
My wobble.
Yeah, it's
Wobble.
going great. And its gravity actually will tug on the star, and you're able to see those easier than you can see Earth-like planets 93 million miles away from their host star. And so right now with our current technology, easier to find those hot Jupiters, but
Technology just keeps getting better until it destroys us all.
yes, yeah. But James Webb will be able
We
to.
don't need technology for that.
True.
I all I saw was stripper in the chat. That was the only word I
Hot
saw.
Jupiters would be a fashion line or a stripper. Hot spelled H-A-U-T.
Oh man, there you go. Yeah, I can't wait for James Webb to go up. First of all, we're having a party.
Oh God,
We're gonna have a big party,
this is gonna be oh God.
And,
oh, God.
A
like-
big party of like the three of us.
and like with Percy, it will either be so happy or so sad. Either way,
It's gonna be
there's no
happy.
in between.
Well, that's just gonna be the launch. In order to get all the systems out and checked out and for it's gonna take months. So it's gonna be months of oh shit.
And we're
what is
gonna be
happening?
we're partying for months straight. Just
Yeah,
daily.
right there. James Webb launch, motherfucker. December 18th on my calendar.
Yeah, because I put that there, right?
No, I put that. Oh, maybe you did.
I thought I put okay, well I put it on the calendar.
Maybe you sent it to me. You
And the difficult thing is for the James Webb launch, the window opens at like 7 a.m. Eastern time, and it stays open like indefinitely. So it's not. Well, that's gonna be a little tricky.
So we're gonna be partying early.
Oh yeah.
Or
It's on the
we
weekend.
just stay up all
We
night.
stay up all night.
I can-
Oh, night.
I'd rather just wake up at 6 a.m. than stay up all night.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do like a breakfast feast.
Ooh.
Oh, that's when we
Just
should break
a
up.
platter of egg McMuffins.
Just
Oh. I was gonna say we could have another Hobbit feast, but if you want to do egg McMuffins, that's cheaper. That's cheaper.
You could do like waffles and bacon and pancakes or muffins or I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just go. I'll tell you what.
Nice crispy bacon.
Just
Put it out. Put it out.
that's a drink for Lord of the Rings reference.
Yes.
Just the way I say nice crispy bacon. We know that's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, we saved some for you, Mr. Frodo. All right. I tell you what. Why don't we? I know it's very quick hangover, but
It's a quick hangover, but you know.
why don't we call it a weekend and have everybody join us in a couple of weeks for How the Universe? Well, everybody join me and Liz.
Hold on. Before we sign off and give a final goodbye, I think we know what we need to do.
Oh.
We need to do the motherfucking Mobius.
Yeah.
Well,
So
hold on now. I think we say our goodbyes.
Yeah, because
And then the Mobius rides us out, and then at the end of it, you just
I just
kill
click
it.
end stream.
Yes.
All right.
So everybody have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Oh wait, I have to set this up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you go. You.
To us
So, ladies and gentlemen,
until the you lose cell phone service going through mountains.
that's true. Yeah.
So, all right, goodbye everybody. And with that, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I have pressed a button.
Okay. You can put your hands up because we're riding a roller coaster.
Okay, I did press the button.
Oh no, is it broken? What's happening?
I don't know. So
Did
there's
you
gonna be
get
there's gonna be a big edit out of this.
What it is ain't exactly clear.
Is it? Oh man.
We broke it. All right, let me.
Imagine, if
Fate
you
stop
will,
reset.
a giant celestial
fate stop
structure, light years across.
All right, give me a minute. Keep talking.
Oh. Okay.
Light years across, built by the gods themselves in order to create the most fun experience any celestial being.
I think, and our stream keeps cutting out.
Oh.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, our stream keeps freezing and stuff. I think Digistar broke our stream.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I guess we'll just go out now.
Yay,
We'll just go out in
technology.
fire and brimstone and that's what we'll do.
See, the universe is trying to kill us.
And
It's killing us already.
now everybody can watch me end the stream. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
We'll
everybody.
see ya. Adios.